I'm audible loud and clear to each one of you. Yes. So, guys, you are free to ask your doubts. So here we have Kushal is here. Kushal का डाउट है, सर मैं कैसे स्टार्ट करूं कैट का प्रिपरेशन, मैं एकदम जीरो में हूं और वीआरसी मुझे बहुत वीक है. ठीक है सर, प्लीज हेल्प मी. इज देयर एनी न्यू बैच स्टार्ट फॉर अस? यस. So yes, Kushal, definitely, if you are weak with VRC, so I feel that now you have to actually start reading a lot. ठीक है, when you start a lot of reading and stuff, so things will work out well for you, right? And also make sure that you're reading different genres. Okay, don't just stick to something that interests you. Rather, you read something which is very diverse, and that will help you improve your comprehension skills, and that is actually what is going to count, right? And also have a bit of focus on critical reasoning as well, because critical reasoning explicitly to nahi aata cat mein, but again RC questions at times have application of critical reasoning. So once you're strong with the CR part, then I think it would be easy for you to deal with RCs and stuff. So I would say batch is definitely going to be launched very soon. But again, with self study and practice, also you can start preparing yourself for the preparation of VRC for this year, right? Okay, Devansh is asking, sir, a genuine doubt and concern here. My profile is 977 with no work ex, planning to appear for CAT 2026. Any chance that I can get a Blacky call above 99.3? Yes, you can. But again, you have to score in the north of 99.6 plus. Okay? Because being very honest with you, the score that you have, and you're an engineer, right? So 9 is very good, but this 7 is slightly, shakes the profile. So I would suggest that you work on certifications and maybe get a workex if you have time now, and also target 99.5 plus. So in that case, you'll be in a safer zone where you can definitely get a call, and then it depends on the the PI and stuff that you give, whether you'll be able to convert it or not, right? Now here we have so strategy for a repeater. Okay, hi Prajwal, good evening, I hope you're good. Yes, right. So a strategy for repeaters would be, I would say, you have to practice a lot. Okay, you have to do a lot of practice, where you have to write a lot of tests, mocks, and revisit the concepts that you have done the last year, right? So obviously आपको starting से तो नहीं पढ़ना, you don't have to start from the very basic, the very scratch ground level. But yes, I would definitely suggest that once you start practicing a lot of questions, so your concepts will get revised, and whatever went wrong the last year, Prajwal, you have to make sure that उसको इस year fix करके चलना है. ठीक है, so that is the thing you have to do. Jaskaran is saying, says, if someone is covering concepts from YouTube and practicing PYQs seriously, is full-time coaching necessary, or is it enough to focus on? Jaskaran, I'll be very honest with you, only PYQs is not going to help you, right? And when you say YouTube sessions, right, so concepts from YouTube will be scattered, right? I mean, there are channels, we have a lot of concepts on the YouTube as well. But then again, the point here is that the concepts will be scattered. There's a proper way of studying things, which you will get a guidance from the coaching itself, right? So I would suggest you that CAT is not an exam where you would want to risk things, right? So please get a guidance of a mentor. A mentor is very important, right? And you should get that guidance, and join a coaching is what I would suggest, right? R4 batch when? Okay, Gautam, very soon. Yeah, you just have to be a little patient. Very soon we'll come up with the R4 batch as well. Sir, I'm too stressed because my VRC section 0% है. VRC का English grammar vocabulary कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं है. That's a very good thing कि at least you have that realization, daily life tips that your VRC is not good. Okay. Now the idea is that you have to work towards it, right? So you have to start, from the very basic, build your vocab, read different genres, read novels, right? Read articles, and try to retain the words, make them, use them in your daily life. And that way, I think you'll be able to improve VRC. And again, the same suggestion to you is, get a guidance, get some mentor. Okay, that a mentor can guide you well. Aju Rana is saying, I'm very weak in maths, so please guide me how to score good in quants. So, are you a part of Rodha? If that is the case, so you know that we have launched our, quant-based course, and which we are giving to you, which helps you to, build your basics first, right? So, once your basics are in place, then you will be able to follow quants, right? And when you start doing that, now, when your basics are in place, and then you're able to solve some difficult questions also, that is gonna ooze your confidence like anything, and eventually you will start following things, so that fear of weakness in maths will go away. And trust me, you will start solving questions, because quant is something where if you know the concepts, you can apply it right directly to the question. So quant can be improved very easily. What takes time to improve is LRD and VRC, but quant is something which can be improved within a span of 3 to 4 months. So if you really work hard, you can do that, right? Now I'll take some questions from the English channel as well here. So should I pursue more business data internship or courses to improve my profile? I would suggest, Gunjan, you should, take business data internships. Internships will definitely, give you more exposure, and more practical aspect, will come into picture. So you'll learn a lot through internships. Definitely, you can do some site certifications, but focus more on internships as of now. Okay. All right. सर मैं अभी प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट नहीं किया, बैच लेना चाहिए और क्या करना चाहिए? I've already told you, Kushal, that you should take a batch. Hi Praveen, good evening, right? Okay, Ritiman, I'm good यार, how are you? कैसे हो आप? ठीक है. Sharma, okay, I think Sharma is saying, sir, I was preparing CAT, but I don't have any good marks in graduation and have not done any certification or anything, nor internship, as I was preparing for NEET, enrolled in dummy college. What to do? Okay, so yeah, if you have not done any certifications, you don't have any internships, right? So now your only idea is कि you have to first focus on getting a good CAT score. The first step to get into a good B school is you need to score as high as possible. For that, now you need to buckle up, and you need to start studying. You need to start practicing everything. Make sure that your routine has VRC in it, LRDI in it, QA in it. More of QA, because QA, the syllabus is very vast. Bit of LRD and VRC is also required. Let's say you're doing one RC per day, or maybe you're reading an article, or maybe you're reading some novel, you're reading 50 pages of a novel per day, right? So have a target where your day has certain time allocated to reading, certain time allocated to solving a puzzle, and at least 10 to 15 con questions per day. So if you're doing this much, I think you will be able to get up very soon. Hi Sakshi, how are you? Sir, if someone is covering concepts, I've already answered that. Any guide for SRCC GBO is a very simple and straightforward exam. I don't think that will be much of a problem for you. Just the basics, if you have done, then it should be good enough. Okay. So, which batch you take quant? As of now, I'm not taking quant in any batch. As of now, I'm taking LRDI, but very soon I'll come with the quant batch as well, right? So that will be there. Okay, lot of questions, guys. Guys, just give me a minute. Let me go one by one. Okay, I'm currently a working professional, Sachit. Okay, and I have enrolled in R3, but due to a lot of work-related things, the total number of lectures which are scheduled overwhelm me a lot. Can you help me with this? So, Sachit, see, if you find that because there are a lot of classes and you find it overwhelming for you, I truly understand and I truly relate to you, because I have been in the same boat. I was a working professional when I prepared for CAT, right? So, it gets overwhelming with time, but again, you need to understand that you have to go at your own pace. This is the advantage of being in the online class, that you have the flexibility to watch the recording, right? So if you feel that you're very exhausted in a day and you cannot do a live class, I mean, follow the recording. There's no problem, there's no harm in that. Don't see how much is done. Just make sure that you have a plan ready for yourself. See that if you're doing one class every day, whether it is a recording or whether it is a live class, your syllabus is getting covered, right? So ultimately the job is being done, right? So even if you're, let's say, 5 classes behind the live classes, that's completely fine. You can go with the recordings if your work is that hectic and you just cannot do live classes. So rather than bothering yourself and pressurizing yourself that so many backlogs I have, it's better that you make a plan and stick to it. Okay, you can stick to the recordings as well, so that's not a problem. Okay, now sir, any management time management tips? Because can't take 4 hours, LR takes 2, and so forth. We are seeing, then there are certificate courses, topic tests, and exams, how to manage it all. Yeah, I don't think you should devote that amount of time, or rather you do what you do is you couple up quant and VRC, and then quant and LRDI. Make it alternate days. If you're allocating that high number of hours, like 4 hours for quant, that is too much. Ideally, I always suggest that My suggestion is that 2 hours of quants, 2 hours of QA, right? 1 hour of LRDI, and 1 hour of VRC is good enough. You don't need anything beyond this. So this is a sufficient enough to help you score well in CAT, right? So 2 hours QA, 1 hour LRDI, 1 hour VRC is very good enough, right? Okay, let me just take one question from the English batch also here in this channel. Need help on VRC? Join R1 now. How to proceed? Saurav, you have to be a little specific with your doubt. What help do you need in VRC? Please tell me, and I will guide you accordingly. Okay. Sir, I'm aiming for CAT 2026. Okay, Aditya. I have completed my graduation in commerce from Motilal Nehru College, DU, with 6.5 CGPA, and now I'm pursuing masters in commerce. How to approach, sir? So what you do is, Aditya, if you feel that you don't want to join some coaching at the moment, then you can actually do start doing a self preparation. So what you do in the in your phase of self prep is you start revising the basics concept that you have learned in your school days. Get brush up with your arithmetic, algebra, and geometry formulas and theorems and all that. So when you do that, you certain way you're preparing yourself to for the CAT exam, right? Once your basics are done, then I would suggest that you should go for some coaching which you find is convenient, suits you, where you find that the I mean we all have our lectures present on YT. Any coaching that you see today have their YT lecture. So wherever you feel that you're able to connect with the faculty, right, go for that coaching, join that coaching, because a mentor, I'll again repeat, is very very important for your CAT preparation. Okay, so be very unbiased when you're selecting whichever mentor you want to, wherever you want to study. But again, the point is that you have to be have that connect with the faculty, and under the guidance of a good mentor, I think you will be able to score well. And currently we have our R3 batch, which was started very recently. So Ravi sir is taking that batch, right? So if you feel that you want to join the coaching right away, then R3 batch is already there. You can uh, watch the classes, and you can join, and then maybe plan your prep from there itself. Okay, so that is something which you can do, right? Okay, next is so 657 fresher non-engineer BCom OBC NC female targeting. Yes, yes, definitely. Okay, Sakshi. Yeah, five is something that is a slight challenge, Sakshi. Okay, five is something that is a slight challenge, right? But again, FMS Delhi is one college that you can definitely target, right? So FMS Delhi is one college which you should definitely target, Sakshi. So yes, okay. Gautam is saying 776 non-engineer male no work X. So Gautam, I think six. Whenever your profile has a 7 or a 6 at any point, whether it is 10th, 12th or grad. So ideally the profile is slightly on the average side. Let's be very realistic. Let's not sugarcoat things. Okay. So the profile is slightly on the average side. So what you have to do is you need to first thing is aim high in CAT, right? That is the first thing that you need to target. You need to aim a very high score in CAT, and along with that, focus on some internships, right? And also, you should focus on some certifications which you can do, right? So, certifications as per the relevance that you feel, okay? So, that way, I think it should be that should help you to get into a good college, right? Okay, from the English channel, what are the doubts here? Let me just see. Okay. So, Suryansh has posted here, sir, I am a general non-engineer male ACATS, 685, and currently have 10 months of work experience, work preparing for CAT, and by scoring a very high percentile, something like that. Is there a chance? See, 5 is again a problem for you, Suryansh, okay? But like I told you, FMS Delhi is definitely one college that would, treat you well if you score very high in CAT. For example, if you get a 99.5 plus also, then I think FMS Delhi is gonna treat you well because you're a non-engineer, right? Okay. Next batch will start very soon, Kushal. Okay. Lots of backlogs is there for Saurav. Batch 3 days back in VRC, many backlogs are there. I'll cover it, but how to proceed like 2 classes per day with reading, etc. or something new. Sort of just go at your own pace. Wherever you feel that see 2 classes per day can be very heavy, right? So don't rush with the backlogs. I would say absorb as much as you can. If you feel that 2 classes too much, you're not able to grasp everything, and you're not able to take the entire crux from the class, then maybe stick to 1 class per day. but do it on a regular basis. So there will be days when you will not have classes, right? So when you do not have classes, then on those days make sure that you're pulling up your backlogs. So R3 started very soon, so I think you can definitely cover it up. So that's not a huge problem for you. So sort of do that, right? And okay, now next doubts. Okay, good evening, sir. What time should I finish my syllabus if I'm starting from March onwards? So if you're starting from March onwards, I think your syllabus you should wrap it up by August, latest by August. Why? So that you have August, like I mean the August first week itself, so that you have entire August, September, and October. These 3 months you can focus on writing mocks. In fact, November as well, right? So November is more of mocks plus revision, right? So November is gonna be more of mocks plus revision, but ultimately you should focus on finishing your syllabus by August 10, right? Okay. Now, next, let's see what else is here. Good evening, sir. I bought R3 batch 4 days and followed the classes. Then I had an accident. Now I have huge backlog. How to cover it? Again, a sniper. The same thing goes for you, my friend. Right? Go at your own pace. Do not, So every every batch that you're studying in, okay? Ask your faculty. Let's say Ravi sir is taking R3 batch. So ask him, sir, what is the next entry point in the batch? From where can I join the live classes? Right? So every topic, let's say QA or LRDA, has an entry point from where if you join you'll be able to follow everything, right? So ask that entry point from the faculty, join the classes from there, the live classes, right? And parallelly cover your backlog. So go, maybe you can do one backlog video per day or maybe alternate days. So make sure that you do not create new backlogs, right? When you get that entry point from the faculty, make sure that you're attending live classes there onwards, right? And do not create new backlogs, otherwise you'll be in that loop, okay? So don't get into that loop of backlogs, right? So one backlog per day, and try to attend live classes now. Do not create any further backlogs, okay? And I hope you're actually fine now, because you just mentioned that you met with an accident. So I hope everything is good and you're taking care of your health, right? Okay, sir, English रह जाती है हर बार आईपी मैट में, इंग्लिश वजह से रह गया इस बार भी. Okay. So now I have take a job as a social media manager. So should I work there as a full time or should I do freelance? What will help me more? See, any full time work the Dreamer will help you more, because freelance is not counted as a work ex, right? So if you want to have those marks of work experience, please stick with a full time job. Okay. Okay. 777 non-engineer male, no work ex. That's a decent profile again. If you want to target a good B school, please look at a score of 98 plus percentile, right? Okay. Jay, this is for you. Hi, sir. Good evening. Hi, Pragya. Good evening. How are you? Please suggest something. I'm from ICSC. ICSC, so your English should be good, yeah. You shouldn't have a lot of problem with the English, right? Okay. Suryansh is saying, sir, IMC also doesn't give any weightage to graduation score in the CS, the final shortlist. So 5 in grad can be a trouble. See, Suryansh, the point is, even if the college is not stating, the things explicitly, but trust me, internally they do consider your grad marks, right? So for IMC at that profile of yours, I would suggest that you should target anything in the north of 99.8. If you're getting this, then there are chances of getting a call from IIM Calcutta. Okay, I'm just being very realistic. I'm not sugarcoating anything here. 998 fresher general male, SRCC minimum percentile for Blackie. Tushar, SRCC means you're a non-engineer, so anything in the north of 99 is very good. Why? Because you have a golden stamp already on your profile, right? SRCC gives you that edge over others. So yeah, okay. 898 BBA graduating in year 2026, that I've received off-campus placement offer for e-clerks Pune for the role of financial analyst. Should I take it? Will I not be able to leave for the next 2 years? Why is there a contract? Is there a contract hush for the next 2 years? I mean, you should be able to leave it. I mean, it's a good job, and financial analyst is something that is a relevant work ex which will help you later. So if there's a way out, I mean, there should be definitely a way out. Why wouldn't you be able to leave for 2 years? Okay, even if there's a contract, you have certain, you can buy that out. So yeah, I think you should consider it. I mean, maybe have some alternates also. If you find something better, then go for that. But don't just sit and prepare for CAT. Okay, have a work ex, right? Okay. So मेरी RC weak है, कैसे cover करूँ? Yashika, if your RC is weak, then I would suggest read as much as you can. Okay, read different genres. Focus on reading different genres. It could be, reading, let's say, sociology, psychology, philosophical passages, right? Read abstract passages. So different sources that you can refer is, maybe you can read from ldaily.com, right? So ldaily.com, there one article is uploaded every day. You can read that, right? You can read Aeon essays. Okay. Then you can read the wsj.com. Wsj.com is Wall Street Journal, right? You can read the newspaper The Guardian, right? So these are some sources from where cat directly picks up its passages, right? These are the sources which cat, uses to pick up the passages. So if you're reading this level, if you're already reading these websites, your level is on this, right? Then the cat passages will become very easy for you to comprehend, right? And if comprehension becomes easy, then marking the answers is also a cakewalk, right? So again, diversify your reading. Okay, Yashika, that is one thing. Reading is I would say, the only solution to improve VRC. When you read a lot, when your comprehension skill improves, you're comfortable with all the genres. For example, let's say I got a passage on, let's say, economics, right? And there are terms like GDP and GNP in the passage, okay? And I do not know what is GDP, what is GNP. I have no idea. Then how do I comprehend the passage well, right? So that is why I'm saying get comfortable with the different terminology of different genres. Read sociology, science, abstract, bio passages. I mean, read everything under the sun, whatever you can, no matter whether it interests you or it doesn't. Okay. Now, let me just take some questions from the English channel here as well. So Anju is saying, hello sir, please मुझे बताओ, अगर मैं अभी start करूँ पढ़ाई, मैं भी working हूँ business development में, अगस्त में एक ईयर हो जाएगा, अब स्टार्ट करूंगी तो क्या अच्छे स्कोर कर सकती हूँ और अच्छे स्ट्रैटेजी? Definitely यार, you can definitely score very well, because see, you have a lot of time in hand, right? If you start now, so let's say March to July is when you focus on your syllabus coverage, right? So March to July you should focus on the syllabus coverage here, right? And then later from August onwards till November, it will be the entire test, sectionals, and mocks, right? So this is your foolproof strategy which you should follow. I mean, stick to the timelines, right? And I think this is good enough, like, to help you score well, because you have a lot of time in hand. And because you're starting early in the month of March, you can also focus on the basics. If you're weak at something, you can spend time with basics. If you delay the start of your prep, let's say you start in the month of July, then you'll not have time to go back to the basics to cover topics which are weak. In that case, you'll be only focusing on your strength, but now you have time where you can work on your weaknesses as well. Okay, so it's always a great idea to start your cat prep very early in the, if you really want to score well. Okay, let's see what other questions do we have. Unnati Singh, okay, hi, good evening Unnati, how are you? Suryansh again, answer one more thing. I am working and in an international BPO as a back-end operations. So is that a good quality? To be honest, Suryansh, it's not a very good work ex, okay? But then again, at least you are engaged somewhere. Okay? You are definitely engaged somewhere, so that's a good thing, right? There's no gap, so that's a plus point for you. So profile is 877, currently in final year BCom. How much percentile should I target for tier 1 or tier 2 at least? Abhishek, anything in the, see, if you're looking at tier 1s, I would say, considering you are a non-engineer, so I would say 98 plus, right? But if you're scoring the range of 92 to 97 also, then also you'll get a decent B score. Okay, Abhishek? So that's a thing. सर आरसी नहीं हो रही, बस कैसे इंप्रूव करूं? सो रीडिंग ओनली, राइट? सी यशिका, आरसी नहीं इंप्रूव होने का रीजन इज रीडिंग इज नॉट प्रॉपर. मे बी यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद द डिफरेंट जॉनर्स, राइट? And the other reason is कि maybe you're not able to choose the right option. ठीक है? So always remember one thing, that as a VRC, let's say if I'm someone who is setting up an RC for you, right? So the VRC examiner, the bad part, or the the flaw here is that they do not have a lot of tools to trap you in the option. So what they do is they play with the words, right? They will change the order of words. They'll pick up exactly the same words from the passage and put it in the options, and then they will play around with those words. So when you play with the words, now the idea that the statement is the options trying to convey changes, and that is where you get trapped, right? So you have to actually understand that what is the the passage is trying to convey, and is my option that I'm marking as my answer is aligning with that thought or not, right? Always go back to the passage. I know that it's a very cumbersome task to go back to the passage and reread it, But again, if you're confused, always go back to the passage and see which option best aligns, right? And rather, it's more of the thing ki use option elimination. For example, if you are choosing option number one, see what idea is this option conveying, is, and then try to find a flaw in this option. Why is this option can be incorrect, right? If you don't find anything incorrect in this, then definitely this is the answer, right? So option elimination is a way better method rather than trying to find the correct option, right? Because when you try to find the correct option, everything seems correct. So better is you try to eliminate the option, try to find the flaw in the option, and always work on the idea that the passage is conveying and what the option is conveying. If that aligns, yes, definitely. Okay. Okay. Lots and lots of questions. Let me. Okay. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me. Where was I? काफी सारे questions हो गए यार. Okay. Just guys, just no more comments. Let me first answer these first. Please just give me 2 minutes. Sir, I have to cover everything. Too many questions. Where was I? Okay. Okay, I think this I have taken. All right. Hi, sir. I've resigned last year on July. I'm going to reappear for CAT. You'll have almost Anmol 1.5 year of gap. Okay. Don't do that. I would suggest that pick up a job, right? So I'm about to come. Radhika is saying I'm about to complete my second year BBA. Need to find an internship as well. I'm aiming for CAT. Whether it should be a good attempt, CAT 26 or Radhika, there's no harm in giving CAT 2026. If you have already thought that you want to give more time, you want to have a solid prep. So CAT 2026 still has a lot of time, right? So you have time in hand. Write CAT 2026, and then if you feel, okay, that you want to go for another year, so you'll have an experience at least of 1 year, right? So this experience is definitely going to help you in this. And what if you score really well here, so your 1 year will be saved, right? So the better idea is write CAT 2026, and then we'll see later. Okay. Okay, Harsh is saying, sir, I'm giving 10 to 12 hours. That's too much. Okay, along with college, but still not able to solve a complete single set. Maybe you are exhausting yourself, Harsh, a lot. Okay, and when you say that you're not able to solve a single set, so the problem is not with the number of hours that you're allocating. The problem is you're not deep diving into the set. So it's very important that you deep dive into the set. That means evaluate every single point in the set, right? That is the first thing that you should do, and find your attacking points. Okay, every set has clues from where you should start the set, right? So if you're able to find those points now, then I think your set solving will become easy. It's more of a treasure hunt. I always say this word, that LRD is like treasure hunt. You have to connect the dots. You need to get into the shoes of the examiner, whoever has set up the set, that why are these clues given? How can I connect them, and how can I reach to my required answer, the required solution? So if you're able to connect the dots well, then you'll be able to do it. So how do you actually do it? When you're solving, if you're not able to solve the set, when you're listening to the video solution, just observe every single thing. The faculty, whoever has recorded that video solution, how is that person approaching the set? Why did he choose clue 3 to start off with? Then why did he went to the seventh clue and not to the fifth clue, right? So you have to observe the thought process of the faculty and try to understand that what were you thinking when you were solving the set, and what is the faculty thinking. So when you do that, in-depth analysis, your LRDI starts improving, right? So this is how you should work upon it. Okay. Prajwal, as much, see there, you set daily targets as one RC, one LRDI, no matter what, right? And maybe 10 QA questions. That should be your daily target, right? But again, if you feel that you can do more, then why not? Okay. So this is the bare minimum that you should do, every single day. But again, weekends pay, just triple this. Maybe on weekends you're doing 3 RCs, right? You're doing 3 LRDI sets, right? And number of con question maybe goes up to 20. So this is what you should look at weekends, and weekdays is something is like this, right? So yeah. Anshul, I have already addressed this. Repeaters, focus on tests, focus on mocks and revision, and analyze what mistakes, what went wrong the last year, and how you should fix it for this year. So that is what you should do as a repeater. Okay. Sarthak, don't look at marks for the for the mocks, right? As of now, just focus on covering everything in depth, and focus on practicing and revising, right? So mock season, when it starts, then you do not think of what a score you should target in the very first mock itself. Just focus that, okay, whatever topics I have done, Am I able to solve everything that is coming from that topic? If not, then where's the lag, where's the gap? Okay, where the gap is, why am, if I have done TSD, if I've covered TSD, then why was I not able to solve the TSD question in the mock? So that is what you should focus on, rather than a number or a figure in mind that is even gonna, pressurize you in the mock and you might goof up. So don't think of a number, Abhi say, just focus on learning and applying that in the test and the mocks, right? So no, no, please don't be choosy at this point of time, because you have a lot of time in hand. Maybe if you start your preparation in the month of July or August, then I would say that you can select certain things. Okay, let me just see the English batch here. Sir, is that exam only for BTech students? No, you can definitely write that. Who says it is for BTech students? Okay, Unnati. Okay, chalo. All right. More doubts here. So, how many answers, questions to practice on? Sarthak, anything in the range of, I would say 100 to 120 questions is good enough. Again, it depends on the topic. A topic like TSD, you should target at least 150 questions, right? So this is gonna help you, make your concepts very solid and they'll be in place, right? So you should do this, okay? Sir, we RC नहीं हो पा रही है, RC not able to understand, क्या करूँ? I have already addressed that, साक्षी, ठीक है? सर मेरे कॉलेज का रिजल्ट अक्टूबर में आता है और लास्ट सेम अगस्त में होता है, गैप ईयर प्रॉब्लम हुई क्या? सी गैप ईयर, आई टेल यू गाइस वन थिंग, ठीक है? गैप ईयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज गोना give the interview a chance to grill you, right? Always, also you lose out on the work X marks, but then again, if you have one, right, it can be justified, and it is automatically justified if you score a 99.5 plus, right? So it depends on the percentile that you're scoring. And if there's a gap year and you really want to just focus on CAT, then make sure that you're getting a very high percentile. Okay, that is very important, right? Currently working as clerk in SBI, is there a possibility for top M? Satyam, yes. I mean, if academics is not that great, also then you have colleges like FMS Delhi, which can be targeted, right? And you're working as a clerk in SBI, right? So you have immense, potential to grow, right? An MBA will give you a different trajectory in your career, right? So please focus on, MBA, and you can prepare in parallel with the, your government job. Okay. So yeah, time to give for each set. As a beginner, Shiva, I would say that you can ideally allocate 45 minutes to 1 hour, because you are in the learning phase, right? But when you get into the test giving phase, then you should look at 20 minutes per set, not beyond that. Even if it's a difficult set, in 20 minutes it should be done. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, Zana, that's okay if you prefer live classes. Okay. If you prefer recording, that's completely fine. Okay. Okay, I think I've addressed most of the question. Hi Pratham, nahi yaar, I'm not teaching today. I'm just taking a profile, review sessions, AMA session here. So yeah. Okay, so Akshay Singh's a 10,988 profile fresher was in the last year R7 batch, okay, and was managed to get only 92 in that cat and snap each. I'm planning to focus only on cat this year. Will this be stupid? I wouldn't say actually that would be stupid, but yeah, please do not put all the eggs in one basket, right? Never put all eggs in one basket. So you have already scored a 92 percentile, which is a decent percentile, right? So focus on cat and that definitely. Okay, if you want to skip a snap, that is, again, I would not recommend that, but if you want to, I mean, it's your choice. But cat and that, so definitely you should focus on, right? Okay, sir, I've completed LRDI by Ravi sir and arithmetic of quant doing algebra. Is there any free course that I can join and I can push? Bhavani, for LRDI, you can refer to my playlist also. So one of my LRDI mastery playlist is there, right, on the same YT channel. So you can use that. That has some very good, difficult sets, and I mean wonderful sets, I would say, and different varieties as well. And I'll be adding more sets to that playlist this year, right? So you can stick to that as well. And I would suggest that you should get a mentor. You should join some coaching, because just sticking to the free course, everything is very scattered across YouTube, right? So it takes a lot of efforts, and a lot of time will go into figuring out, okay, what I've done and what I'm supposed to do, which channel do I find it on, right? So I would suggest that stick to a coaching, because that will give a structure to your preparation. Okay. Okay. So business analyst goes by SaaS. क्या वो मैं कर सकता हूँ? I have not much idea about SaaS, but yeah, I've heard that it is in the demand in the market. So if it is helping you get a job, then yes, why not? Okay, so English channel has a question, sir. I prefer according to yes, yes, Zanat, I already told you that, right? My friend, you can definitely stick to the recordings. But there's only one thing with the recording that, if there are any doubts, you can ask it then and there itself, right? In the live class. But in the recording, if you get a doubt, you'll have to wait for the faculty to reply or the mentor to reply, right? So you'll have to reach out for your doubts, right? So that is the only con of, watching the recording. Otherwise, I think, it's good enough to watch the recording itself, right? If Sarthak, if you started in March, so the targets, the milestone that you should achieve is whatever topic is going on. I mean, just try to be parallel with the live classes. Don't have backlogs is the first thing. Okay, so first thing is no backlogs. Okay, I just wrote backlogs, no backlogs, right? And plus topic test should be done of whatever topics you have covered. So topic test and no backlogs and revision, these are the things that you should target every month for whatever topic is going on, right? Whichever batch you are in, accordingly you can do that. Okay, sir. Okay, done. Abhishek, I've already answered your question, my friend. For your BCom, I told you that for Tier 1, 98 plus, and anything in the range of 92 to 97 percentile will get you a Tier 2 college. So, yeah. Okay. I think questions are getting repeated. Chandra, I just told you the con. You are in R2 batch, you're not taking live classes. The only con is for the doubts, you have to wait, right? So, yeah, I mean, if there are doubts, then you have to reach out to the faculty or the mentor. But in live classes, you can ask your doubts there and there itself. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I prefer according to I put up at Indra Nagar, not in Gomti Nagar. Okay. Sir, I'm a BMS second year student. Also, I want to gain work ex and then go for MBA. Will graduating next year, but there's no certainty about getting a job. So I'm giving. हाँ, Weber, that's a good thing. You have your plan B by giving CAT, so that's a very good thing. You can do that. ठीक है. मैं तो सर बस कैसे भी VRC सही कर लूँ अपना, बाकी सब अच्छा है. कौन सा हो जाएगा यार. प्रथम, don't worry. R4 very soon. ठीक है. Have patience. Also, R4 will be out very very soon, right? SaaS I already mentioned. Sir, अभी second year में हूँ. Any internships I need? If yes, then please suggest some. Internships के लिए you can go to Unstop, right? Sakshi. So if you want to look at internship, you can find one on Unstop and connect with people on LinkedIn. Having a good LinkedIn profile is very very important. ठीक है? Okay. Ria is saying considering MNC, I don't know if I'll be able to get good college with this profile and plan to. No, Ria, do not resign your job. Okay, resigning the job is a very very bad idea. 656, I would say. Okay, the profile is not very great, but again, there's one college that is FMS Delhi that is for such profiles where they do not give much weightage to the profile, right? So you can score high and get into this. Okay. Sheikh is saying, dear sir, currently I am preparing for CAT. I don't know why after clearing the concept, I'm unable to solve question by myself except VRC. Maybe you need to be more focused. Okay, so when you're solving a question now, when you read the question, okay, do not try to rush with the question. Read, then see what concept is the question testing. Okay, what concept is this question testing? Then do you know that concept, right? What are the things around that concept? Maybe because at times the question has multiple layers, right? So there are layer 2 questions, there are layer 3 questions, and so on and so forth. So around that concept, what are the different around the concept that the question is testing, what are the different concepts also involved? So when you see that picture, when you visualize that question with that concept, then you'll be able to solve questions. So you need to know that what concept is supposed to be applied to a question that you're solving and how do you use it, and if there is any extra added layer to that, right? So I think that way it will help you. Okay. How to change batch in Rodha? Abhinav, you can reach out to the support and they'll change your batch, right? Definitely we can meet Priyansh. I put up at Indranagar, so let me know. Okay. Sir, please reply to my question. Chandra replied, hello, Poor sir, Jignesh here. Can you call you tonight for some career advice? You can call me in the morning between 10:30 to 11:30, right? So that is when you can call me. We'll connect then. Okay. Um, okay. Sir, XLI call here, but I am thinking it won't be fruitful to buy a GDPI batch for one call, as I know. No, 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 Vikas, my friend, don't do that blunder, yaar. You have an Excel call. Please, please, take a proper guidance on GDPI. Do not, take this lightly. And I think if you convert it, it will save your entire year. So please go for the GDPI course. We have a Rodha GDPI website and stuff, so you can visit to the website and you can enroll. Please do that. Okay, Jignesh, we can connect tomorrow, my friend. Okay. Sir, I'm gonna graduate this year, planning to write CAT 2020. If I get through placements and get a job, is it possible to manage work and studies? Yes, yes, Akshat. When you say that, when you go for interviews, especially the Blackie and the XLI and all those. So if you have only prepared for CAT, no, the first question that the interviewer is gonna ask you that, CAT is not a UPSC exam, right? CAT only demands being consistent. If you're consistent with your prep, right? Consistent plus discipline. Okay, so both the things have to be there. If you're disciplined and consistent, you study only 3 hours per day. Trust me, it is good enough. It is good enough to crack at, right? So 3 hours per day is more than sufficient. You don't have to, invest a lot of time. So definitely work X, I mean job plus CAT preparation is definitely manageable. Okay. And when you see a lot of things around you, a lot of you get overwhelmed with a lot of classes and stuff, then prioritize. You should know what is your priority, whether the test is the priority or whether the live classes is the priority. If you're not able to figure that out on your own, talk to the mentor, connect with the faculty, ask him that what should I do right now. These are the things, XYZW things that are pending for me. Should I do this first or this first or this first, right? So prioritize your stuff. I think it is pretty much manageable. हो जाएगा बैकलॉग कवर करने के लिए नए बैकलॉग मत क्रिएट करो डोंट क्रिएट न्यू बैकलॉग्स ऑलराइट okay let me take one from the English channel here now. Sir, I'll be graduating this year and will be giving CAT 26 and have been offered a job of relationship manager at ICCI, but I'm more inclined towards the should I take the job? Tushar, if you don't have an option as of now, then please pick up this job. Why? Because you wouldn't want a gap year. Okay, so pick up this job as of now, and we'll see. If you find a better job, then definitely you can switch, right? But don't let this go, because having a job is very very important. What it brings to your routine is discipline, right? When you're not working, you're only preparing for CAT. There's this procrastination that seeks in ki bhai, chalo, I'll do this in the evening, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it day after tomorrow. But when you're working, no, you get a routine. Routine is very very important, right? So you're maybe if it's a work from home all thing also, right? Still you have a certain routine. You have to log in at some point of time. You have to sit with the things, right? So you know that you're on a time crunch, and when you are on a time crunch, no, then you function better. You will whatever time you'll get, you'll make sure that you allocate it to your studies, right? So a job with CAT prep is always the best idea. Okay. Let me take some more questions here. Is high work is more than 3 years a problem? CAT aspirant, when you have your work as greater than 3 years, the problem is that you are in a territory where a lot of companies will not shortlist you, especially the marketing companies. That is the harsh truth. So marketing companies always prefer freshers, right? They want freshers or people with less than let's say 2 years of work ex, right? So greater than 3 years, marketing is something that will be very rare. You'll be very lucky if you get a shortlist from marketing companies. But again, if this is a relevant work ex, then yes, it is gonna be a beneficial point for you. I mean, if it's from finance or consulting or something of that sort, like operations and stuff, then it's gonna be a plus point for you. Okay. An EWS male with 788 ACATS pursuing BCom final year for Tier 3 college in Assam. Target FMS Delhi. What kind of percentile should I convert for any? 99 plus. 99 plus percentile, you will get your FMS Delhi with the EWS category. Okay, you will get a call. Rodha QA playlist, yes, definitely has most of this stuff. So you can follow that for the basic building, right? So I graduated in 2025, but I prepared for CAT 2026. Is gap year matter to me? I didn't get your question, study.in. Can you please reiterate? Okay. So backlog never gets completed, keeps adding on. Can you please share some tips? Please, especially at RDI, I am Hunar 15. Please do live classes parallelly. Don't think that you will cover backlogs and you will create new backlogs. Please don't do that. Okay. So cover live classes, and and maybe whenever you get some extra time, you can cover 2 videos in a day of backlog. So yeah, do that. Okay, don't get into that loop of backlogs and keep shifting batches and all that. Don't do that, right? How many questions in court is enough for week math background, like total practice till November? There's no number. Practice as much as you can. Okay. Okay. When was your CAT sectional percentile? I want to know my mentor scores. Sarthak, I gave CAD for the first time in 2019. I had an overall percentile of 98.72 back then. Since then, I have been giving CADs, right? So I have been scoring constantly on the 99 plus side, right? VRC has been, more of a up and down thing because I don't practice VRC. Though I am good with VRC now, but then yes, I don't practice. So VRC goes a little high and low, but yeah. Quant and RD is my subject. So yeah, I have been giving CAD. Last year I didn't give, but yeah. So जो इंस्टीट्यूट में एडमिशन कैसा रहेगा इन कंपैरिजन टू टायर 2 कॉलेजेस ओके I'm not sure about Geo Institute. Yes, I haven't. To be honest, I have not heard a lot about it. So I really can't. I don't want to give you a false advice here. So I would not comment on that. Maybe I'll check this out, and you can reach out to me on my LinkedIn if you're not a Rodha student, and then I'll give you a reply there. Okay. Sir, I've just got started with the R3 batch and hardly able to cope up with the backlogs. What to do? Please help. Aditya, you have to cope up with the backlogs. Right? You don't have an option. You have to cover the backlog. So for that, the only thing is whenever there's no class, whenever you get a day off, please make sure that you're covering at least 2 backlog videos. Okay, do that, right? Sir, I appeared for 2025 CAT exam with 2 month prep. I got 20% only. Should I reappear? 2 months prep is very less. Okay, and again, Shabnam, I would say that you are someone who can evaluate yourself, right? So if you feel that with the decent 8-9 months of preparation, 7-8 months, whatever we have in hand, if you feel that you can do well, then yes, you should definitely reappear, because 2 months is too less a time to judge yourself. Okay. Is the starting Feb too late? No, it's very, very. It's quite a good time to start in Feb, especially if you're weak in maths and you're a non-engineer. And for that, we have a course as Corn Bridge, right? So I'm heading this course, and I have recorded a lot of videos in this already. It is present on a portal, and that will help you to build your basics. So any non-engineer here who feels quant is very scary, trust me, get into Rodha, attend Quant Bridge, and then look at the live classes become very easy for you. They'll become a cakewalk, right? So you have to, we are definitely what we actually trying to do is we are trying to help everybody out, whoever is a non-engineer who feels that quant is on the weaker side. Trust me, after doing all the live classes and the Quant Bridge and all the tests and the mocks that we provide, your this statement will change, right? You will start enjoying mathematics, right? You will start scoring well. Okay, so you have to believe in the process in first place. Okay, you don't have to have that fear. Sir, is only practicing RC of like 2-3 days, not read article and then no, Sarthak, reading is very important. Only RC is not a great idea. Please have a mix of the two, RC plus reading. Okay, both should be there. So have a mix. Maybe there are days when you don't want to solve RCs, read something. Okay, reading is very important. Okay. Why gap year, Shabnam? You should, pick up a job or an internship. I completed my graduation in 2025. So how many gap years will I have? And with my profile, guys. Okay, one common thing that I would want to say here is please avoid gap years. Okay, please pick up a job, have an internship. See, cat is an unpredictable exam, right? You need to understand that how well you are prepared, right? The D-Day is very important, right? So it's there's a certain level of unpredictability with the exam that comes in, right? And the exam pressure is there, and there are a lot of things that will go on your head, right? So when you have a job, at least you're mentally, in peace that I have a job to, fall back to. If I'll give my best in CAT. If things go in my favor, great, I get a good B score. If things do not go in my favor, I have a job to, bounce back on, right? So please have a job. Do not just stick with gap years. Okay? Gap year is it's gonna haunt you after you get into the B school. Maybe you will make your cut to the B school with your, even if you have a gap year with a good CAT percentile, you will get into a good B school for sure. But then later, once you get there, no, it is gonna haunt you then. You'll have nothing on your profile. Then how will you get the CV points that are required to, get shortlisted from the companies during your summer internship, especially? So please, it's a request. Do not sit with gap years. Okay. Sir, I'm working as an application support engineer. Will this help in my CAT journey? If in terms of workex you're talking, so yeah, it's a relevant workex and it will help you. Okay, so don't worry about that. Sir, I'm working professional. I'm able to give maximum 2 to 3 hours daily for study. I'm in the R3 batch. Okay, and practice just having too much backlog. What to do? So you plan your backlogs, right, Vedant? If you feel that there's too many backlogs for you, so you need to plan your backlogs, right? So maybe you're working, right? So weekends is something that you need to utilize a lot for covering backlogs, right? So maybe you're covering 2 to 3 videos on the weekends every day, okay? And you need to just push yourself a little for at least 2 3 weeks, cover your backlogs, come parallel to the classes, and then maybe you can continue from there at your own pace, okay? Nice, actually, five and see, I just told you, FMS Delhi is there. There are many other colleges which are decent colleges, right? So you don't have to worry about that five in profile. See, what is done is done. It's past. You cannot change it, right? So if you cannot change something, it is not in your hands. You cannot go and amend it now. You cannot convert that five into a nine. What is in your hand is get a very high CAT percentile, nail the interviews, right? I mean, whatever you can do now in the next 7 8 months, focus on that rather than focusing on what is done in the past. Okay, so please, keep that thing aside from your. I know it's difficult to get away with it, but just keep that thought aside and focus on your cat prep. Okay, okay. Harsh is saying, sir, graduating in year 20 of campus placement offer from E plus, but 1 year in my job. If I take job, I'll complete at least CFA level. But there's a lock-in period of 1 year in my job. So 1 year lock-in period is fine, Harsh. No, you'll start your job in August. When are you starting? CFA L1 is a good thing to have, honestly. But yeah, if August is there, I think you can talk to the HR and things can be done. That is not a very big deal. The only way to deal with the self doubt is to start doing it, right? When you start, solving, when you start reading a lot, when you start practicing LRDI sets, and when you actually start getting answers, that is when your self doubt will go away. So first, you need to feel that confidence in you, that till now in your life, whatever difficult situations you have come, you have dealt with it, right? You have overcome that, and then you've reached to whatever you're doing today. So whatever hurdles will come in the future, you're fully geared up to deal with it. And what is that gear? You have the right guidance, you have the right mentors, you have the right sources to practice. So if everything is there with you, you're all armed up, right? Then why not go for the war? Just deal with it, right? So you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself is very very important. Okay, okay. Speed maths separate practice or comes naturally? Speed maths is not required. I mean, it's good that if you know that, it will help you in the exams like Snap and NMAT, where speed is important. But it will eventually improve. Rather, I would say that learn tables till 30, learn squares till 100, maybe 50. Okay, cubes till 30 at least. So this is something that you should do. August 2026. I mean, Harsh, I would say that you have to get in touch with the HR of the company that point of time, and they should be able to reduce your this thing lock in and stuff. Maybe they'll take some pay or something, but yeah, that can be done. Okay. Sarthak is saying, sir, I'll be graduating this year in June and will be giving CAT in November. So should I take up a job now and prepare simultaneously or later after these? Sarthak, please take up a job. Please do take up a job, right? So how many year gap years will I have? You'll have almost study.in. You'll almost have a gap year of. You graduate in 25, so 2 years हो जाएगा यार gap year. Please don't do that. You want a blackie call and you're saying percentile 99 plus for sure. Okay, if you have a 99 plus, then you are in a safe zone to get a blackie call. I'm considering that you are a non-engineer. Okay, is preparing for CAT also helps for bank exams too? um Preparing for CAT bank exams to an extent, yes, but if you say completely it is as same as bank exams, then no, right? Bank exams are different. The topics, the kind of questions, the varieties, it demands a lot of speed and stuff. So yes, bank exams, LRDI section, you'll find a lot of seating arrangement questions, right? But in LRDI and CAT, you'll find a lot of conveys puzzles, games and tournaments, right? So different varieties of questions. But eventually, your brain is improving. You're getting that power to think stuff and solve questions. So that way it helps. Okay. So should we revise LRDSL unsolved after periodic gap? Yes, you should do that. Definitely revise sets at regular intervals. Okay. 2 3 hours per day. How to manage time? Are you working, Shivam? That is why you're asking. Work, study more on weekends, and do as much as you can on the weekdays. Do not overexhaust yourself, because after one point of time, nothing will go in the brain, and you're just studying and studying just for the daily target that you have set for yourself. So don't do that. Don't overstress yourself. Do as much you can do justice to. Okay? And weekends, make sure that you analyze. I mean, you put in more effort. Sorry. Yeah. How do we prepare for CAT and GMAT together? I enrolled in Arthivers. How can I cover for GMAT also? GMAT, you should start maybe visiting the gmatclub.com. Solve a lot of CR questions from there, Mohak. Okay? And cons of GMAT is going to be very easy once you're preparing for CAT. So that is not going to be a problem. I'm not sure about the new edition of GMAT because I gave GMAT way back, right? So the new edition has this DI section, I think, which is slightly different. So I'm not sure about that. I cannot guide you there, right? But yeah, GMAT VRC is very, very important. So please go to GMAT Club, start with level 600 questions or maybe level 500 itself, and then move to the next level when you achieve a decent accuracy at a particular level. Okay? So ultimately, your target should be 800 level questions. So GMAT Club is one source that is going to help you. Okay? Okay, I got 56% in 10th. FMS is possible, definitely possible. If you're self-preparing, how to stay motivated? So you should know that why have you signed up for this exam, right? If you know the why behind any action of yours, right? See, let's talk a bit here. Reality check here. So when we choose something, when we decide to go for something, when we sign up for something, right? So motivation should come naturally for it. Why? Because you're investing your time, right? You'll invest an entire year for your cat prep, right? And if you do not study well at the end of the year, it will be a regret. And then you will think, okay, I wasted my entire 1 year. This 1 year is gone. It's not gonna come back to you, right? You could have done something better. Maybe you could have picked up your hobby and enjoyed that, right? So you'll have those kind of thoughts. Okay. So it's always a great idea that you should be self motivated. External motivation works only for 2 to 3 days. But if you want to stay motivated for a very long period of time, there should be that self motivation. Know your why. Why have you signed up for something? And if you have signed up for something, make sure that you're giving your best. Okay. So that is something which you should do. Okay. You're an engineer, so 99.5 plus for that is study.in. Okay. Sir, I'm Preeti. I am currently in my final semester of BBA. Okay. Roadmap to crack cat is very simple. You have to start studying. You have to start with reading RCs. You have to start solving puzzles. You have to start with the topics of quant which have a lot of weightage in cat, and then gradually move to the less weightage topics. So maybe get a guidance, join some coaching, start your prep, have a structured preparation for yourself. Okay. Okay, sir, if there are too many backlogs in Rodha R3 batch, then should I switch into a new batch that comes up? Again, Aditya, I would say it's a loop, right? So if you feel that switching batch can actually help you and you'll be very disciplined, then you can go ahead, right, with that. But again, I would say that try to stick to the same batch and cover your backlogs. Okay, it's not a great idea to switch batches because you have already invested some time in the R3 batch. Now again, a new batch starts, right? You switch to that batch, so again you're starting from the scratch, isn't it? You'll again wait for that topics to come till where you have studied in the R3 batch. So it's better that stick to the same batch. Okay. Some say that GMAT club RCs are not very relevant for their very target solution. Sarthak, that suggestion was for somebody who wanted to focus on GMAT. Okay? Definitely GMAT club RCs and CAT RCs are on a different level. Okay? GMAT is way above CAT, so you don't have to do that for your CAT prep. Okay? So you can stick to the curriculum that we offer, right? If you really want to leave job, Satish, I think that should be the month of August, where you see that you have started scoring well in mocks, and then you can take that, have that gamble. Okay. I am not able to. I already answered your question, yeah. You can definitely go to FMS Delhi. Okay. So I've already answered that. Subrato, yeah. Sir, I'm aiming for CAT 2026, and right now I am about to enter third year. Radhika, I've also answered your question. You should appear this year itself. If you do well this year, get into the college. If you don't do this year, well, you will have an experience of entire year. Your basics will be done. your syllabus will be covered. Next year it will be just practice and practice. Okay, so I think that way it can be done, right? 858 general non-engineer men graduated in 2025 FMS. FMS is possible at a 5. Okay, that is what I can assure you of. IFT as well, but Excel I am not sure of that. Okay. All right, because Excel I do consider the cards internally. Yeah. Okay, so I think I've had questions from all of you, and uh, any further questions, guys, in this channel or here? Anybody? Any further questions? Sarthak, my friend, I've already told you that you have to just score as high as possible. There's no faculty, nobody who can tell you the exact percentile that you need, right? So aim for as high as possible. If I tell you 99.4 today, okay, and let's say you get a 99.8, what is the harm, right? Your chances are better now. So aim for as high as possible. Why to have a figure in mind, okay? See, anybody who has a average profile, aim for as high as cat score that is possible, and then see what will happen. Okay. Abhi say, why do you want to overthink and why do you want to stress yourself? Will I get an IM? Will I get this college or not? Don't do that, right? You know this one thing for sure, that there are few colleges who do not have much weightage to a cats, right? So you know that you have your chances there. Now, how do you avail that? Is score very high in cat. So just focus on that. See, this happens with a lot of students, and I have been in the same boat. Okay, so I know that this curiosity is always there, that will I get into this B school? Will I be able to, even if I score this high, will I get this college? Will I get a call, right? So that curiosity will be there, but again, I would say calm your nerves, okay, and just focus on what needs to be done right now, which is study, right? Prepare for the entire year, give your best, aim as high as possible, and then we'll see where we end up. Okay, so we'll always have our options open. Okay, so now I'm self-preparing, didn't purchase any course. So where for quant question bank should I purchase? You can go for a test series that will launch very soon. So you can do that. Okay, that will help you to have that practice, because you're anyway self-preparing, right? Certifications course cannot cover gap year. It can only just help you build your profile. Okay. Sir, as I need to complete course and internship also, can you please suggest from where and in which field I can find it, which should be helpful too? Internship, I told you, Unstop is one of the platforms, or LinkedIn. Okay. So either go to Unstop or LinkedIn, reach out to people for internships. Okay. R4 batch very soon, very soon. Okay. If you want to start your own business, then why not? You will have a lot of experience, you will have a learning from the scratch level, so you'll have a lot of things to talk about in the interview. Okay. Darshan give lots of tests, है ना, and revise whatever you have studied in the CAT 2025 preparation. So just do that, and then I think that should be good enough. Akshat, if you get stuck with one single question, please leave that for that particular point of time and come back to it later. Okay? Don't waste your time on one question for the entire hour, right? Let's say you're solving a LRDI puzzle, and 45 minutes you are done with the LRDI puzzle. You're not able to solve. Put this on hold and come back to it tomorrow, the next day. Okay? So you mentioned, okay, fine. Anybody who's willing to switch the batches, yes, that is definitely possible. You can go to this Rodha, this thing, and the contact support, and then you can switch your batches, so that's not a big deal. Okay. All right, so I hope I have answered all your queries, and you have a better understanding. Okay. And thank you so much for joining today. I'll be back again live here with you guys. I'll be taking care of all your queries and questions that you ever need. And please feel free to reach out to me if there's anything that you want. And just to stay in touch, okay, just to stay in touch. And I think that should be because see, always a mentor is very very important, okay. So mentor is always going to guide you, help you. And if you can have one, then sure, please do, okay. What is your timings for the call? You can call me in the morning, 10:30 to 11:30. Very soon, R4 batch will be there, Keshav. We'll announce it very soon. Okay, just be a little patient. Shitish, yeah, you can join Rodha. I mean, R3 batch is going on. Ravi sir is taking that batch. So as of now, that is our latest batch. So you can join that batch. Okay. It's very relative, Simran. Okay. I cannot say that whether 98% that is possible or not at a score of 50. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll take your leave now. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll meet very soon again. Okay, and we'll have more AMA sessions. And okay. Uh, all right, chalo. Thank you so much again. I think in this channel also there are no more doubts pending. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy your evening. Enjoy your dinner. All right. Bye, everyone.